That doesn't make tears come out of your eyes. I don't know what will. Next up, we have Xander Darnell.
What? Already?
Yep. That's why you're moving the mats. He asked me to volunteer and sit in a chair. I don't know what to expect, so who wants to do it instead of me? Oh, you guys probably know that's not fair.
All right. I'm supposed to be juggling. I don't know how well this will turn out.
When do you need me? I'll stay over here, far enough away from you. Can I borrow the photo?
Okay. Stand by.
Let's hear it for Xander!
Okay.
He's good, isn't he?
Second time. Second time, okay. Can I get you guys to count with me? 1, 2, 3.
All right.
I know you said
We're
I
going to
think I
have
need
to
some
take
help.
one of those beanbags.
Amber.
Two of them.
Let's see if I can get 2 of us to do better. Okay. Let's try that again. Okay, ready? Yep, I know. Stay right there. Hold on, I got that.
You know, we only have this gym rented for a little bit. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
Just Get there, you're fine. Hey, wait. Hold on just a second. Hey, Brielle, come up here and sit on my lap.
Yeah, that'll be fun. Why? He's only got beanbags, doesn't he? Oh. Oh, boy. He has what? I can see a shadow. Oh, no. Here, Xander, we'll switch. No. Good job. Where's the chainsaws?
Well, I wanted to do chainsaws above your head.
Oh, okay.
My mother talked me out of it.
Thanks for looking out for me. Let's give it up for Xander down there. Next on our list, Rebecca Bisbee is going to share some poetry with us. Is it your own poetry?
Who else? This is a talent show.
Awesome! We're going to have poetry by Rebecca Bisbee. I'll get you.
I can't talk as loud.
You guys need microphones. There you go.
Well, I've been writing poetry a long time. I really enjoy it. I used to be part of a poetry club, and I'm going to read 3 poems to you that I've all written. And first one is one of my favorites. It's basically taking Isaiah 53 and putting it into a poem form. Hence the title, Isaiah 53. Says, his face held no earthly beauty, that we shouldn't desire him absolutely, based upon appearance sake, for he was not pretty at the scourging stake. Known as the gentle carpenter of Galilee, much more than a carpenter he came to be, growing up before God as a tender plant, to be called despised, forsaken, rejected by man. A man of sorrows, acquainted with grief, he bore so much more in a life that was brief. Yet the guilt he bore was not his own. The punishment was ours, and ours alone. For our transgressions he was pierced through, for our iniquities he was crushed too. Though his sacrifice, his great love is revealed, and by his stripes we are healed. But all we like sheep have gone astray. We have turned every one to his own way. But the Lord laid on him the sin of us all. the chastisement of our peace on him would fall. Through oppression and judgment he was taken about, but never once did he open up his mouth. And to all those whom the stroke was due, know that he gave up his life for an eternal one with you. Although with transgressors he was found, he is given a place among the renowned. To bear all our sins he was needed, and for transgressors he interceded. Jesus' heart was torn more than his flesh. Still loving those who called for his death, he thought of those saved throughout all time. He died satisfied with us on his mind. I call this my little thought book. I've kept it since I was like in 8th grade. This poem I wrote around Christmas time. Although it's not a Christmas poem, it does reflect the spirit that we should have all year round. Matchbox. I have some matches from my dad, a matchbox of only 3. He said they would bring me happiness. Now how could that possibly be? I could light some fireworks for a short personal show, or I could simply hide them in a place only I know. There wasn't even a whole set. What difference could they make? Their flame is but a moment, but I'd use them for my Father's sake. Putting them in my pocket, I hurried down the road, where I met an old man shivering from the cold. My heart went out to the man, but what could I do? He was begging for my aid, and my assets were so few. Then suddenly I remembered. I knew where I could begin. Throwing papers into a can, I lit a match and threw it in. As warmth crept into his aged body, a cheery gleam shone all around. He beckoned to others all about to share the warmth he had found. Later, I found a brother in the dark, trying hard to find the light. His own torch had gone out and wouldn't start, try as he might. I lit a match to light his torch. Gratitude shone in his eye. Then he went out, brightening the path of others by bearing the greater light. I knew it hadn't been much, only a tiny match, a feeble spark of light, but it had a great impact. I reached my home and my room and threw myself upon the bed. I then pleaded with the Lord for not my own happiness, but others instead. Everything I had done didn't matter anymore. For all the people I had helped went out and touched even more. I still had but one match, with which I knew not what to do. I wanted to keep it for myself, but I yearned to help others too. I lit a window candle with my match. I wanted it where all could see, where it would benefit others and help remind me. I learned the Lord needs every talent, whether many, few, great, or small. It doesn't matter what kind you have. It shall benefit us all. The last one's very short, but it helps remind us that there is such a difference in those that do choose to follow Jesus and those that don't. It definitely bears to mind, reflecting upon your life and giving it to God. It's called Such a Difference. The kingdom of heaven is like a man who journeyed far and wide, and after selling all he had, bought a pearl of great price. But what of the man whose riches were great, who turned away in sorrow, who could not grasp the simplest faith, whose love was security for tomorrow? Such a difference. Travel the roads, sowing the gospel, beside all waters, far and near. Let not cares block your path, for souls are waiting to hear. So as the wind blows and the tempest tossed, rest troubles in God's hand, lest you trade priceless pearls for bubbles in the sand.